Hello, welcome. It's Sunday night. It's the end of my week again. It's been a long week. I'm just looking at that light. I don't know if it's shining in the right direction. Hang on, put my glasses back on. I can have a look. I'm getting really funny colours tonight. Lots of reflection on these glasses. You can see. So it's Sunday night. It's beer night. Because it's the end of my week. It's when I get to enjoy my one beer of the week, because it's all I can fit in. I drive every day, so I can't really. I drive buses and stuff, so I'm on the road every day. I'm under a lot of scrutiny. I can't really have any alcohol in my system, so I just allow myself at the moment one beer a week. Tonight, we have the Extra Hop Sauce, which is an IPA. See that? An IPA. It is classic West Coast IPA, and it is 6.2%, which is not too bad. Last week I think was 8 point something, so 6.2 is not bad. Haven't had this one before. It comes from the Source Brewery, which is locally brewed in Marrickville. If you ever come to Sydney, there's a brewery tour you can do, local brewery tour. Marrickville's got a bucket load of boutique breweries in it, and they're all excellent. So highly recommended. Actually, Sydney's got a lot of microbreweries, and they're all recommended. So this being the classic IPA, nice golden colour there. See? Opaque, can't see through it. Good beer, lots of shit in it. Yeah. Fruit. First thing you'd notice is fruit. So let's get out a stick. This is an espresso stick. Now I see all the reviewers do stuff like that online, and then gargle on about taste and things. This is nutty breakfast, I think. It's all good. It's all good. Beer's good, especially with steam coming off it with the vapour in there. So that should be the length of my talk this week. Okay, length of the vlog. So this week, the vlog, and this glasses are cracked. They're just getting. All I see is reflection. The vlog this week, I want to talk about seniors and vaping, because look, I'm a senior now. Never used to be. I'm now, and you'll be there too if you're not there already, because I don't know the age of anyone that's following me. Who cares? Let's put the mic on. Oh, its head fell off. So not just vaping as seniors, but how seniors are portrayed with vaping. I watch a few of the videos on YouTube, and it's like they're the novelty act of the scene. You know, grandpa goes skateboarding. Now, it's just so patronising. It really is. It really annoys me. And they pick the seniors. I mean, some of them are hilarious, but you know, they pick up the vape and go, and it goes in where? You know, it's part of the novelty act, but it gets a lot of views, I guess. Yeah, I was just watching one video. Then the two old guys were really funny, but it's a little patronising. Yeah, so I don't want to be the comedy act of the vaping scene. So the first vape. See, vaping's been around quite a while, a lot longer than, say, the last 8 or 9 years, which is the major vaping scene. So prior to that, I used like a test tube sort of setup where you could put your little bit of pot in one end and heat it with a flame and hopefully vaporise the THC off it, so you could smoke the weed without taking in the carcinogens and the plant matter. So it didn't really work. There's no way controlling your heat. You always burnt it. Yeah. But it was a nice try. The other things we'd had were electronic devices which had a heating platform, little heating cup in it, and you'd put your weed or whatever in there, and that would heat it. You can control the temperature to vaporise the THC oil off the weed, and you draw it in through a tube. Or the other one was like a party thing with an enormous plastic bag, which you'd fill full of smoke or vapour, and then you could pass this bag around. But they were developed for people who wanted to get THC for medical reasons without having to actually physically smoke. So it's just as good. But now we've got actual medication and stuff we can take, so they don't need to vape. I haven't seen any of those vaporizers around for a while. They're probably still around because they're like vaping. They're purists, I guess. You know, the guys who like the mechanical stick mods, and then there's the purists in the current range of vaping. But beyond that, there's probably the guys who like the volcano and things like that. So vaping's been around a lot longer than most people give credit for. Just the development in the last 5 or 6 years has been pretty good, so it's much more accessible to people and user friendly. It's a bit hard to carry around this big device with you wherever you went. But for entertainment value, old people, mature people, are still used as the comedy act of the vaping world, which I don't like. It's humorous to a point, but fairly patronising. So I don't, and the effect may be that it would turn people away from vaping, which isn't good. So it probably needs to change. There needs to be some serious vlogging concerning seniors and vaping. I'm not using doddering old twats as comic relief. So where's my beer? So it's been a good week. It's been very busy. We've had Mardi Gras here in Sydney, so there's lots of people running around naked with very little clothing on that probably shouldn't be naked in public, but once a year we tolerate middle-aged men in lycra hot pants running up and down Oxford Street. They've been there for all weekend. Hot pants are nothing else. A pair of boots and lycra pants running up and down Oxford Street. So it's tolerated this weekend. Coming Monday, don't do it. No one would be seen dead doing it. Not with a body like mine. But it's a fun weekend and everyone has a really good time. And the city is really happy. Everyone is happy. They just they're just enjoying themselves. And everyone I've met this weekend, because I've met a lot of people over the weekend in my work, and they're just happy to see everybody, happy to be in town. So, you know, and a lot of my friends who used to be really active in the Mardi Gras scene are now, you know, seniors, and it doesn't really appeal to them anymore. Like me, they just like quiet times. But yeah, it's a really good weekend. Having said that, I've never seen it. It's been around 25 years or something, and I've never seen it. That doesn't really appeal to me. I don't like the crowd aspect, but I've had friends that have been actively involved in it, and they love it. And what is it? Beer? Whenever I drink beer, the first one makes me yawn. It's just because it's the yeast and the alcohol at the end of the week. So what do we talk about? We talk about seniors, yeah, and that's oh yeah. Other thing I've been looking at is people who do juice reviews on, and now I promise I will never do a juice review. I think it's most unnecessary. It's filler, really, isn't it? It's like when you've got nothing to do or you can't think of any ideas. We'll do a juice review. I'm having this fabulous time with this juice at this moment, and give you a breakdown of what it is, and then it's all personal. I like my juice to be a specific way. I like flavour and a big hit and a big cloud, and it may take a bit of tweaking to get the juice to do what I want it to do, the right temperature, wattage, the right setup, whether it's RDA or a coil build. They all like their specific temperatures and zones. Once you get in the zone, all of a sudden the juice becomes great. That's all I'm going to tell you about juice. Is I've had some that I've bought on recommendation, and like everything else, it's their word, it's their opinion, and everyone's opinion is not worth much. So that's my bit of advice to you is just experience gets you what you want. Yeah. So really, what motivates me a lot with juice is price. I try to buy local first. There's a stack of shops or manufacturers around, every shops, retail, and they all tend to have their own brand, whether they make it or not. There are a few factories around that make it. You can go visit the factory and watch them looking like Breaking Bad in the little laboratory while they mix all the product together. Because it is food grade, it has to be manufactured to a certain standard. So I try and buy local stuff first, not only because price-wise it's usually half the cost of the imported stuff, but some of it's pretty good. And the only thing I haven't found very much locally is tobacco flavours, because the young kiddies don't really understand pipe tobacco or cigars. Do they understand cigarettes? Because that's all they have access to. They don't have access to pipe tobacco. I have one imported brand which I won't promote because I pay cash for it. I pay for my products. It's a tobacco caramel, and that is the closest thing to cigarette tobacco I've tasted. It's actually, closest. I was amazed the first time I tried it. But I wouldn't, I wouldn't be able to. It's not an all-day vape because it's overpowering. So today I used a peanut butter vape all day, and I got it to the right temperature, wattage, resistance. I got it in the right build, and it popped out. The flavour came out, and it was great. I used it all day. I nearly had gone through, 2/3 of a bottle. It was imported though, so it was expensive. There's a new one out of peanut butter and jam, which I'm waiting to try. I haven't tried. I've only had one peanut butter that I really thought was peanut butter. Okay, so that's juice out of the way. Like I said, it's find your favourite. You'll stick with that for ages. I change my juice every day, clean setup, juice it all day long, and then go back into the drawer and find one the next day. I think that's about it. How long are we going? Oh, 15 minutes, I think. So, I didn't quite finish the beer, but we covered the senior people, the juice reviews. Even still, these guys doing juice reviews are getting a couple of thousand hits on their videos. So, but I suppose a lot of YouTube is entertainment value, right? So you need content and entertainment, and the guys that I watch constantly, that's what they've got: content, entertainment, and whether or not they're accurate, they're still funny to watch, and they interact with their people that follow them. So anyway, that's the end of the Sunday night vlog. So I shall now look right you in the eye and stop looking to the monitor, because that's really weird, right? So I'll talk to you later.